is going on? I'm Zedmont, also known as a non-moose on the archipelago, and many other names, just enough to make it confusing as we wait for our base to come back to life. I love how they show which direction the last attacker goes with the little tracks there. Neat little detail that Supercell shows. Anyways, let's get off the main base, move over into warships. I've been doing pretty all right. Now, this base is not one you want to copy. That's something I want to keep reinforcing over and over again. I am very lazy with my base. I don't change it unless I happen to start losing a bunch. As you can see here, 72% win rate. By the way, that font does not show a 7 terribly well. I am 99% sure that's a 7. Yeah, down here you can see at the 61. The one is, that 7 is just not super awesome. Nonetheless, it's been there for 5 years. It's not something new. Let's keep going. I'm going to show you what I've done with my, what is this thing called? With my tech tree. As I turn on Do Not Disturb here quickly. Let's keep going. You see I got pink noise. Love to sleep with the pink noise. Windows are open for summer. So we've got number 1, landing crafts maxed. You saw that in the previous video. If not, check the cards above to find that. Gunboat, still level 1, don't need that. Machine guns are maxed. People are up in arms about whether or not you need that. I think you do. Also, cannons are maxed. Flares are level 4. Level 4 might be too high. I would stick with level 3 for the moment if I was you, because there's some bullet and some cross action happening. I went backwards and got troop damage. Backwards, super important. Don't waste those 18 unlock keys on Cryoneers. We've already talked about that. If you have anything that's working with Cryoneers still, I would doubt it, but I'd love to hear about it. Day 1, some people were using Cryoneers. That ended fairly quickly. Still don't have that choice node. I'm tempted. Smoke, level 1. I went and got Bullet, then I went and got Boom Mines. Boom Mines are just a fantastic way to destroy heavies and stop them in their tracks. Let's get going. Going to show you some strategies. Let's look over some replays so I can remind myself of some strategies, just because this is my first hit of the day. So what we're doing is we're sending Bullet into all of the traffic using energy drink, and then just dropping these left-hand side heavies, then flaring across, and then getting Bullet onto that second or third engine room. So fairly clean hit. It's all about the delayed drops. So I would realistically send Bullet to this engine room on my base, drop all of the heavies over on this beach, and then as soon as they got in range of that, clear that, and then clear it over to here. My base. Now, this is something that SE from our task force and Orion and a couple others have reinforced. Your defenses against heavies are not there to actually kill troops. They're there to slow them down. So that's why I've got my sniper tower in front of my engine room, just to make them potentially attack something else after that flare over to this engine room has expired. I hope that makes sense. One other little wrinkle I wanted to point out. If you have a quick look, engine room, if you have 3 engine rooms, you have level 2 engine rooms, which gives you 30,000 or 20,000 health. If you have 2 engine rooms, you have level 3 engine rooms, which have more health. It's a bug. It's not normal. It's just kind of a nice little wrinkle for this season. Anyways, thanks for those of you who pointed that out. Weird little wrinkle that doesn't affect anything, really, but it's something to take note of. Let's keep going. We're going to show my replays just because I need the reminder. I think did I already show this one, or is this just the same? Oh, there we go. We did 8 boats on the left, getting Bullet over there, using energy drink to keep him alive. He comes so close to dying every time, so you do need to either get troop health or upgrade Bullet. My Bullet was fairly low level and still is, so that's going to be one of the first things I upgrade, because I need him every time he almost dies, and it scares me. So now I'm using a ground flare here simply because I need to get him out of range of those machine guns. He's still only going to attack that engine room. You see that right-hand one? My heavies managed to take down without a flare, which is fantastic. And again, my attacks need to be cleaned up. but they're good enough for 73% win rate. Now, one other thing, you'll notice that I am fairly low compared to a lot of people, and the reason for that is I've only done 18 battles. If you're going to do any kind of push, do it early on. The earlier you can push, the higher you're going to go. And obviously those players who have exploited things in the past and have got legendary with 27,000 extra boxes and stuff like that, start higher up. So you need to catch up. You need to get going early in the season before the blockade comes, because the earlier you do your push, the better. Let's get an attack in. Almost guaranteed to lose here. Now, see this? This base looks super strong. It's going to destroy heavies and stuff, but we're just going to send Bullet in. I like to drop the flare first. That way your flare is going to expire sooner. I really, really do think that matters. Now we're going to drop our heavies on that side and our heavies on this side. And you know what? Let's just do one more over in there. We're going to use one smoke. Going to use... Uh-oh, am I going to have to use a new... That, come on, get out, get out, get out. Perfect. So I used my energy drink there simply because if I didn't, Bullet was not going to get to the flare, and having to use a new flare is a fantastic way to lose if you want to lose, and I don't think anyone does. So be very aware of the length of those flares. And as you can see here, we don't need any more flares because our heavies are right on where we want them to be. Boom, shakalaka, 3 minutes, 17 seconds. Pretty decent time. So this base is set up to just wreak havoc on heavies. And by sending Bullet in there instead, you end up doing fantastic, fantastic damage. So if you don't have Bullet yet, do consider going to get him. And energy drink is the answer. I am not a big fan of taunt. At this point, maybe later on with Seekers or with Rocket Choppers or something like that, but for right now, it's all about the energy drink. Hopefully that strategy gets you thinking, gets you moving in the right direction. We're going to keep going. The win streak will not last for the length of this video, but we might as well give it a shot. Now, for this one, I think I'm going to send Bullet for that engine room right there. That way I can drop 4 heavies over here, and they can get this engine room. But then I can't be, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if I can get, because what's going to happen, my heavies are not going to split super well. So it's going to be a bit of a problem. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop Bullet from right here. I think this is the fastest route to get to that engine room. We're going to flare that engine room. And then I'm going to drop 3 boats on this left-hand side and 5 on the right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 over in here. We're going to hit an energy drink, send Bullet through all of this mess, and just get him pounding away on that engine room. Need to use another... Uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a massive problem. As I talked about, Bullet is low level, which means that we did not get that engine room down. Used my energy drink a little bit too early on, which can be a massive problem. So now what we need to do is just wait, and I hate waiting because you know it means you're gonna lose. I promised I was gonna lose that win streak, and sure enough, down goes the win streak. We're going to use 1 smoke there, 1 smoke there, just enough to get your heavies close to the engine room. You want them to pop out of the smoke though, so 3 minutes is not going to get you the win. Well done, Squiggles. You kicked our butt. I assume 3 seconds. So had Bullet pulled through, we definitely would have won that, but just don't... And let's just check what level our Bullet is. Our Bullet is only level 2, so definitely need to upgrade him ASAP, and that would have gone down. Would have been 1 more win in the books, so lack of tech definitely causing some problems there. Where do we want to send Bullet? See, all of these mines and boom mines, what level are those? Max level boom mines, so we need to be a little bit careful there for sure. We're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to send Bullet right up here, but this time I'm going to save my flare so that I don't use it early on, otherwise it's going to expire. And now we're going to get Bullet walking and rolling. Going to use a couple smokes to get him there. Should not be an issue. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? Let's go 1 on each side here. Now, As soon as he gets there, we're going to hit energy drink very, very soon here because he's going to die otherwise. You see how fast he got hammered there? Absolutely getting hammered, and we don't want him to die because bad things will happen. Now, this is not a good strategy. I have not planned this well. We want to be seesawing our flares, and right now, this right-hand side is just getting hammered. So you know what? I'm going to throw some smoke on top of them, trying to keep those right-hand side heavies alive. This has not been a good attack. I have not been starting out terribly, terribly well. So now what we need to do is get all of these remaining troops across as best we can, hoping to grind away at that engine room. Not going well. This is one of those attacks that I probably should almost cut out of the video because this is a mess and a half. So with your flares, you want to be seesawing, you want to be working in a direction, and I was not doing that. So we are barely going to get this engine room down. It looks like our attacker, our opponent, I should say, is struggling as well, so we might get a little bit lucky. We are going to get a bit lucky. So Cryoneers for the win for us, I suppose. Look at that. We managed to get a wipe. Now, come on, Squiggles. Thank you very much. So, well done by that person. If you lose all your troops, please retreat. Don't be that person who sits there and wastes 2 minutes of someone else's life. It's not cool whatsoever. So now, boom mines. Nope, we're going with Bullit. Bullit would have pulled out the victory there. I am definitely going to unlock troop health, though. That will also make Bullit stronger. We're going to get an extra 10% troop health, which is going to give him approximately 2,600 extra health. So one more attack. Let's just see if we can pull off something decent, because that was a huge bit of luck. We're going to do a proper attack here. Gonna get Bullit getting out to that flag, flaring a bit later on. As you saw there, my flares were not quite long enough to get Bullit where we wanted it to. Now, here's the thing. You probably don't want to use smoke to get Bullit into position, because what's going to happen is he's not going to take damage. Bullit does more damage when he's in the red than when he's not in the red. He actually shoots faster, so you definitely want to consider letting Bullit take as much damage as you can, finding that balance between energy drink and not using energy drink. So I'm going to hit energy drink right now just so he doesn't die. And then all of our heavies should be able to take all of this stuff down ASAP. We're going to flare, even though it's not going to get anyone there in time. At least we are doing the right things. Throwing smoke on our troops and seeing how Dr. Dean's doing. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of help. Obviously, a lot of you have done more than 18 battles, but possibly you started at a lower rank than me. Oh, Shock Knuckles. Shock Knuckles is the wrong ability, Dr. Dean. You definitely don't want to be using that at the moment, but pulling out the win. So on that video, we managed to do fairly well. As you can see here, what do? We went 3 wins, 1 loss. Pretty darn okay with that. Hopefully, like I said, this helped you out. My next decisions on the tech tree are whether, now, I potentially made a mistake there. Realistically, the fastest route to artillery is the best route. Troop health, probably maybe the wrong choice. I feel like going all the way along that, you know what, let's get our drawer out. Come on, drawer, out we come. Realistically, going along this bottom road to artillery is probably the fastest and best route, but now I've made myself a bit of a problem. Let me know if you think I should go along that bottom road, or if you're thinking I should now go from here up to this engine room. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say, because realistically, medics, womp womp. Sparky, not at the moment, and can always come down after the fact, but artillery is likely going to be a big deal. Like I said, those engine rooms don't have a lot of health, so by going to artillery, you're going to be able to get rid of these low health engine rooms pretty darn quickly. So let me know if you think I should go the yellow road or the red road. Anyways, you know what? I'm not going to quit right now. We're going to keep going. I've got one more box. I was going to sign off. I was going to keep this video fairly brief, but we're changing our mind here. So now The problem is this person has done the smart thing. They've put 2 engine rooms in one spot. Are we going to be able to get that with Bullit? I don't entirely know. Here's the issue. Do we send Bullit up ahead and then bring... I'm going to send Bullit up ahead, bring a couple boats of heavies with him, and then 1, 2, 3, and we're going to flare right into that corner right there. Bullit should tank the majority of those mines, and now that that flare is gone, we're going to go like this. I don't know if this is going to work. I have not tried this. This is not like a tried and true strategy that I think everyone in the world needs to do, but it's what we're going to do at the moment. So we're going to get all of our heavies into there. Then our heavies on the shore here are going to clear back towards the engine room. This is going to be something. I don't know if it's going to be the right thing or not, but it's worth a shot. Bullit managed to tank all of those mines. Bullit's hopefully going to stay alive long enough to get that right engine room as soon as we have a flare for it. It's going to be... this is going to be very, very close. I'm fairly certain we're going to lose here, but it was worth a shot, and at least maybe this is going to help someone understand what not to do out there on the internet. So we are under 3 minutes, under 3:10, and you're basically guaranteed to lose unless you go up against someone using Cryoneers. That's going to be a loss. Notorious Lego, I think you are from Reddit on the Discord. Came pretty close, actually, so that strategy might work, but big shout out to Notorious Lego, A, possibly for being from Reddit, and B, for doing a slightly different base layout. And that's the thing, doing a different base layout makes all the difference. It doesn't even have to be a good one. Just being different than everyone else really, really does make all sorts of sense. So we're going to do, again, same thing over and over again. That is something that you need to realize, that by doing a different base, you're going to get a bunch of wins just by people being like, what do I do now? So 1, 2, 3 over here. We're going to do 5 over here, simply because that base is slightly more stronger, different. That engine room is better protected on that one side, is what I was hoping to say, if words were available to me. Bullit, engine energy drink, so incredibly strong, and now at this point we just need to get all of our heavies clearing that engine room. So 3 on the right seems like the correct number, 5 on the left probably about good. We're gonna just see how fast it is. I kind of enjoy watching or figuring out the balance of how many to put on each side, and I think I did pretty well there. I don't think 2 and 6 would have done it. So if you guys are using 2 and 6 on left or right, please do let me know. 5 and 3 seems like a decent number, but I really don't know. I don't have all the answers. Now the other thing you're gonna start to see soonish is people starting to use riflemen. I'm not there yet. Riflemen may be in my future, but for the moment, I am going to save as many of those upgrade tokens as I can on riflemen and just keep going forwards. Realistically, upgrading Bullit is probably my next thing. Upgrading boom mines is tempting, but we're not going to go that route. Gunboat energy, one more quick note. I realize this is a little bit preachy, but don't unlock or don't upgrade the gunboat energy unless you have maxed your gunboat. Please, 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 because 10%, getting an extra 10% of 32 does not make sense. An extra 10% of 52, maybe, but don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyways, that's all for me. Shocks, not... I need to figure out which path I'm going to go. In my next video, I'll show you which path I chose, hopefully based on your comments. Anyways, tomorrow is a holiday. It is Canada Day. I'm going to not be at my computer, I hope. Might put a video out, but I would not hold your breath. Anyways, as always, thanks for coming in. This video went about twice as long as I had planned, so I had a bit of a crash there in the middle. If you stuck around, thank you for doing so. As always, I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace.